When the doors swing open in a hospital trauma bay, the medical team has to assess a chaotic situation instantly. In this case, a 64-year-old man arrived after a violent collision between his motorcycle and a car. The sheer force of the impact created a massive shearing force, peeling the skin entirely away from the underlying muscle and bone, much like pulling a glove off a hand. This photograph shows the exact clinical presentation. In the medical field, this is called a degloving injury, and because of the massive scale of the detached skin flap around the knee and thigh, it's specifically classified as a severe Morel-Lavallée lesion. Skin needs a constant supply of blood to survive. When it is violently torn away from the body, the thousands of tiny blood vessels connecting it to the muscle are severed, meaning that large flap of skin is now rapidly dying on the operating table. The standard textbook response to a trauma this severe is to play it safe. Surgeons will cut away that dying, detached skin, throw it into the medical waste bin, clean the wound, and wait. But waiting sets off a long, painful chain reaction. The patient is guaranteed to face a prolonged hospital stay and multiple future surgeries. Eventually, surgeons will have to harvest a massive amount of healthy skin from another part of the patient's body to cover the open wound. In the operating room, the surgeons faced a difficult choice. They could follow that standard, expensive, and painful route, or they could attempt to salvage the leg using an immediate, radical intervention. They chose to view the detached skin not as medical waste, but as a vital biological resource. By recycling the patient's own damaged tissue, the surgical team provided an immediate pathway for his body to begin healing itself. This X-ray shows the team's absolute first priority. Before addressing the skin, they had to neutralize the mechanical shear forces that caused the damage. They locked the leg bones in place using an external fixator, providing a completely stable foundation for the delicate work ahead. To save the detached skin, they had to solve a biological problem. Healthy skin relies on an underlying layer of fat to supply it with blood. But the trauma of the crash crushed this fat, turning it into damaged, necrotic tissue that will quickly rot if left alone. The surgeons meticulously scraped the dying fat off the underside of the detached skin, leaving only the living layers. Clinically known as defatting, this converts the torn tissue into a clean, primary full-thickness skin graft, ready for reuse. There is a certain irony to the procedure. Stripping away the dead weight of the fat is the mechanical step that allows the torn skin to survive being placed back onto the body. However, placing that clean skin directly back over the wound creates a new physical threat. The body naturally produces fluids as it heals. If those fluids pool in the wound bed, they will lift the newly cleaned skin up, causing it to float away from the blood supply and die. To solve the fluid problem, the surgeons poke hundreds of tiny holes into the clean skin, creating a delicate mesh pattern. This meshing serves two distinct purposes. It acts as a built-in drainage system so trapped fluids can escape, and it allows the skin to stretch outwards, covering a much wider surface area than before. This photograph illustrates the final step of that very first surgery. The recycled, defatted, and meshed skin is laid back over the massive wound and secured directly to the healthy tissue with surgical staples. By executing this complex process immediately during the initial cleanup, the surgeons bypassed the need to subject the patient to a massive, painful secondary skin harvesting procedure on day one. In trauma medicine, procedures are rarely completely flawless, but this one was highly successful. Looking at this follow-up image, we can see the honest clinical outcome. Nearly 75% of the recycled skin integrated perfectly and thrived. Only a small area along the margins required a minor secondary patch, known as a split-thickness skin graft. Here we see the leg at the 3-month follow-up visit. The skin is completely healed with stable scarring. The patient reported that his pain was well controlled and his functional mobility was steadily returning. Because of the decision to recycle his own tissue instead of throwing it away, this patient avoided months of agonizing, staged hospital procedures. Beyond this single patient, the outcome provides concrete takeaways for the broader orthopedic and surgical community. First, torn tissue is a resource. Primary autografts achieve immediate wound coverage. Second, it reduces surgical burden by limiting the need for massive secondary donor sites. Finally, it's highly cost-effective. offering a biological alternative to dermal templates and avoiding costly hospital stays. In catastrophic orthopedic trauma, the safest bet isn't always to wait and see. Sometimes the most effective medicine is simply having the vision to recycle the exact